morning, and Tavern Tales.
Yep, TAVERN tailed this in Bucharest.
Oh
It's
man,
a nice day to play some Hearthstone.
definitely. I'm Nimsh, and I'm joined here by my co-caster Forsen. We are Men in Black, and of course we have Romania's very own RDU. How are you doing, man?
Really good. I'm really excited to see some quality games today.
There will be a lot of quality games. So what are we playing? Tavern Tales 2015. It's a third DreamHack in Bucharest. This is where everything started. Like we crowned Gara, we crowned Thais, and we're going to crown another champion on Sunday.
Hopefully someone different.
Okay.
Maybe, probably.
Who do you think is going to win?
There's so many good players for this event. Like, I would obviously have won it if I played in it, but you know,
Oh yeah, you would go like 4-0
for
in the group stages.
for Osen. Yes, yes, sir.
All right, so let's talk about the format. We are going to play Conquest. This is best of 5 Conquest. Everybody brought 3 classes, standard World Championships format. But we will have, how many players? We have 8 invited players.
8 invited players, and then there's 32 players playing in the group stages. And at the end of the day, it's gonna be 8 remaining for a top 16.
All right.
Yeah.
So 32 players. We'll have 8 groups, and then 2 players will advance. The groups are in a GSL format, so the winner plays the winner, and then the winner of the winner final advances to the next stage of the tournament, where the player who loses the first game will play in the losers bracket, and then if he wins, he advances. If he loses, he's eliminated.
Yes, the classic GSL format.
All right, those are the groups, guys. The groups, just a quick rundown. We'll have Group A, which is Faramir, Besmarmota, Forio, and Bekuza. And then we'll have Group B, Dtwo, Logan, Daniel, StanCifka. Group C, Maverick, Tom 60229 from Taiwan, Xelos, Plaut. D is Orange, Irov, Tataye, Chakruna, E, Lothar Powder, Bogdański, Rob. And F, Number Guy, Blackout Moody, Theo. G, Green Sheep, Vortex. And Jello Shaggy?
Yeah,
Who's that?
a Romanian player.
Is he good?
Yeah, he almost qualified for Euro versus China.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know all the players from the
Yeah.
qualifiers, so it's gonna be interesting.
All right. Another player from Group G is Impact. And then we'll have H60 Skip Gino. Or is it Genial?
I don't know how he's pronounced, but yeah, he's a Romanian, I think.
Yeah.
And Alesh.
The third player in every group is Romanian.
All right.
Hashtag rigged.
we also have the invited players. So, Forsen, what can you tell us about the invites?
Invites. Yeah, I mean, really strong lineup. Colento is here. Firebat is here. Too bad that Strife Crew couldn't come. Otherwise, he would have been an additional really strong player that could potentially take this home. But all of the invited players, anyone could take it. I mean, we have RDU as well, of course. Romanian pride. Naira is here.
Yeah.
We haven't seen too much from Naira lately, but
Mostly on ladder.
yeah, exactly. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can perform here today or tomorrow rather.
And life coach.
Life coach is here. He was rank 1 Ghost Gamer for a while. He won like 2-3 tournaments in a row or something, like insanely good streak. But now lately he's been going a bit downhill, but still a really strong player.
He was recently last weekend. He was at Gfinity in London. He played versus Powder. He did really good. Advanced to the top 8. He was eliminated. But still, we have a lot of great players, a lot of great games. Today we are going to play all the group games. We are not going to show them on stream. We are going to show selected groups and selected games. But as you can see, like here, the atmosphere is great. Like we have this perfect background. We'll have players playing and hanging out behind us, and we're going to invite players to cast with us. Just hang out on stream as well. Like RDU, help us with some game knowledge.
Yeah, it's a really cool atmosphere here, and I'm really excited to see some good players play. Like, I see Group H is like really stacked, but most of the groups are really consistent of good players.
All right. So through the group stages, today we'll have 8 players who are going to join the invited players tomorrow. And tomorrow the top 16 starts. This tournament has a very big prize pool. It's $10,000.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but don't forget there's also Blizzard points, which is super important for these players. They qualify you for the World Cup tournament, basically. So it's not just about money; it's about getting those points for the extra money.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
the 100K first prize.
And pride and glory.
Yeah.
I think the first place is actually 50 points. So the first place will be $4,000 and 50 points, which is like
50 point is a first place, I believe.
Yeah.
On the ladder.
It's a first place on the ladder.
So basically, if you win this tournament, you get 1 season of being first on the ladder.
Yeah, all the good ladder players are here. Like me, Naira, and Kolento are the 3 European players that got top 10 twice out of 3 seasons.
that was really humble.
Yeah.
So we are battling for the points. Like, it's a really small gap between every player on the European top 5 ladder.
Yeah. Now that Naiman is out of the picture, like it's way closer, right, for you guys. So.
Yeah, like 10 points between each other.
Alright.
So who wins Bucharest will probably be number 1 at points.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so you can see the tournament really matters. So the first match that we are going to show to you guys is Dtwo versus StanCifka. And let's talk about those two guys. What do you know about Dtwo, Forsen?
Dtwo, he's a really strong American player. He did fairly well in the VCS last year, Blizzard World Championship. Came 4th.
Top 4.
Top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
He lost to Firebad, right?
It
Yeah.
was really close, if I remember.
He told us last night when we were hanging out that he regrets not making a specific play that would have won him the game and potentially the series against Firebad. And he told Firebad that he could have been the world champion if it made one different play in one of the games.
Yeah, that's Hearthstone in a nutshell, you know. You can lose a series with one mistake. But he's a really strong player. He beat the only time I played against him was in the finals of Battle of the Best, where he beat me. So I think he's a good player, actually. Like one of the better ones from NA.
Yeah. He plays for Team Trig with Faramir and Powder.
Yeah, so his teammates are really good as well. All right, but on the other side we have StanCifka, StanCifka, and he is not that known in Hearthstone, even though he has a lot of achievements already.
Yeah, he qualified for Euro versus China.
As the first seed, I guess, from Europe.
Yeah, first or second. I think second. But also, he's really known in the Magic the Gathering scene. He's like one of the best players in the world in Magic the Gathering. So he plays both games at the same time. He goes to the biggest Magic tournaments, but he also attends Hearthstone tournaments for fun. And he's a really known player for his Fatigue Mage. That's what I encountered when I played ladder versus him, and that's what he used in Euro versus China to qualify.
Interesting. Those decks are always fun to see because you don't see them too often in tournaments. We saw Tides of Time using a Fatigue Druid recently with great success with new cards. So it's going to be really interesting to see what these players have brought from the new expansion as well.
From VRM, new cards. The players are not allowed to play with the wing that was released yesterday.
Yeah.
But they can still use the wing that got released like last week. So they had enough time to use the new cards to prepare the decks. So as you mentioned, like Mildred, possibly, maybe something else. Maybe we are going to see the Dragon Paladin. I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, I have still not seen that in a tournament after the Dragons was released. So maybe someone has figured out some kind of deck to make it work, but I think it's going to be hard without the Dragons coming out later to make a Dragon Paladin. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong.
All right, so looking at the lineups for those players, Stanislav is bringing Warrior, Mage, Druid, and Dtwo is bringing Paladin, Druid, Warlock. Before you were an expert on the classes? Oh, actually, the game starts now. So we're going to see the mulligans. Stanislav is starting with his Mage, and this is possibly a Freeze Mage against Paladin. Looks standard, but there is Harrison Jones, which is a card that might matter. Not in this matchup, though.
Yeah.
I like Harrison in Paladin. It's a really efficient card.
I think so too. I think that a lot of players have brought Warrior for this tournament. Like I think Warrior would be like really saturated among these groups, and Harrison Jones is great. Even though Paladin already is favored against Warrior, it just helps out even more to have that Harrison Jones in your deck. So.
Do you think we are going to see some green patrons?
Absolutely. I think that's one of the stronger decks right now, if you play it perfectly. But it's super hard to play, so we'll see if people have gotten the practice for it. You don't really want to play a deck that you're not comfortable with.
I play that deck a lot on ladder, and it feels like the new Miracle Rogue.
Yeah.
It's like really hard to play.
I have the exact same feeling.
But if you master it, it's really good.
Oh man, the Miracle Rogue is back in the form of Warrior.
Stan kept Taurisan, that's interesting to note. Usually you don't keep 6 mana cards, but in Freeze Mage you can do that. You have the
Yeah.
Mad Scientist for turn 2, and if you get that Tori-san out, it's like game over.
He also had a coin.
In slow matchups, you can actually keep. You can even keep like Alex Raza if you have a Mad Scientist against Paladin. Like it's not bad. It's not really good, but it's like it's decent, you know.
How do you guys like the overlay, by the way? I'm seeing it for the first time, and I'm impressed. Like the cards, like it looks 3D.
3D.
Yeah, kind of like because the cards are a bit like the classes are with the angle.
Oh yeah. It's true. It's true.
All right, guys. So shout out to production team. Good job on the overlay. Looking at this matchup, who do you think has an advantage? Like both of you.
Freeze Mage for sure.
Definitely Freeze Mage, yeah. The matchup is so slow so that the Freeze Mage have time to get all the win conditions, basically. It usually, the only times when Paladin actually wins is when Alex Strasser is like bottom 3 cards or something, and you don't have enough damage to kill him through the Lay on Hands and heal bot.
Or there are 2 other situations when Paladins can win. They can rush down if they have like the perfect curve 1, 2, 3, 4, and then win with Quartermaster on turn 5. The opponent has no answer, or just a low tip turn 5. Low tip placed in a good turn is also efficient, and also a lot if he has a lot of heals like Lay on Hands and 1 or 2 anti-kill bots, he might do something with that. Also, good to know that StanCifka is a really slow player, and he takes his time during the turns to make the best plays.
He decided to coin out the Mad Scientist. Do you think that was the correct play here?
Looking at his hands, he doesn't have anything specific,
Mm-hmm.
and he has 2 secrets already. Maybe he was afraid of getting another secret drawn. He wants to filter it.
I mean, I really don't like coining out Mad Scientist in control versus control matchups. The coin can be used for so much more with Antonidas or coining out the Emperor on turn 5, coining out Alex Strasser. Like there's so much better use for the coin. You don't really need the anti-aggro immediately in this matchup. If this was against Hunter, I would totally agree with that coin, but
then again, there's always a chance the Paladin wants to rush you. So
But
it was kind of like anti-rush strategy where...
he still had that Frostbolt though, to take care of a Knife Juggler.
Not needed then, especially because he kept the Tori-san in hand as well.
Oh, he's gonna Frostbolt.
Yeah, this is really awkward, I think, for the Freeze Mage player.
We can see that StanCifka taking notes. This is a thing from the tabletop card games. You always want to note everything that happens. And it helps. Like, are you guys taking notes when you play?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. you waste too much time, and you might lose focus and miss littles and miss good plays. I try to focus on the game.
Are you normal? You don't have time taking notes, right?
Now, if you take notes, you'll lose the game focus, and your opponent, if he plays really fast, you'll get outplayed.
It's actually very interesting that you guys are mostly computer games players. Like, you haven't played tabletop card games that much before, right?
I play Yu-Gi-Oh!
I never played anything but Hearthstone.
What to do?
You play only Hearthstone?
Yeah, no card games before Hearthstone.
All right. Yeah, because it's like you don't want to, like as RDU said, you don't want to take the focus out of the computer screen. And the tabletop players, they want to use everything around them.
Okay.
You are a WoW player, right?
Yeah. I love notes. Like so I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the other screen. You know, I'm ghosting people. You know, and like taking notes at the same time. It works.
This is actually a very interesting situation here. He's deciding which one of these traps he wants to equip. You should equip the ice block here.
Yeah, of course.
Because you want to get the ice barrier. You never want to have like an extra ice block in your hand. You always want to have the extra ice barrier in your hand.
Yeah, that's definitely very valid. And Ice Barrier is effectively 8 points of health, so it is going to buy you time. The problem that StanCifka is facing right now is no draw, so he's just building up on top decks.
Yeah, that coin was like it could have been. It's gonna be a lot of turns before he can actually play the Emperor here, and that coin could have helped him getting it out cheaper. He needs to draw into some kind of card draw. He's playing Healbot, which is not seen in every Freeze Mage deck nowadays.
Maybe he was expecting a lot of Hunter.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I'm not quite sure what he replaced for that card. It might have been something like a second Acolyte or a Loot Hoarder or something like that. I doubt he cut out some kind of Blizzard or Flame Strike for it.
You can cut the Blizzard or you can cut the Loot Hoarder for that. I saw people running anti-kill bot.
Double
and
Hoarder cuts.
They run that to win against rogues. And in the mirror match is really good because if they Alex Traza you, You have the ice barrier keep, they cannot attack your face. You play anti-heal bot, you heal up, and then you
Yeah.
them and win.
Yeah, it's really good in the mirror actually.
I like how flexible Freeze Mage is. Like, you can cut those cards and you can play either heal bot or you can play Malagas. Like, what do you think about Malagas and Freeze Mage now?
You have to cut Pyroblast for that, and it's better in the mirror match. It's better in the control matches, but it's bad versus aggro and versus rogue.
It's very inconsistent because you need to get the Malagos together with Ice Lance or Frost Bolts in order to make the combo happen. If you just get the Malagos reduced in cost by the Emperor, then you can't really do much. You can't play Fireballs, you can play one Frost Bolt, no Ice Lances and stuff like that. So I think it's very inconsistent.
All right.
You were the one that played Malagas in rogue the first time.
Yeah, but that's very different. That's
It might come back now.
yeah.
the dragons.
I've been playing it a bit, but it's like I don't know. We'll see with the new cards. Maybe someone can make it work.
I like how Malagas fits into almost most of the classes. Like, we've seen Malagas Druids, Malagas Rogue, Malagas Freeze Mage.
Yeah.
Would you like Frost Nova Doomsayer here?
No, I like the ping better and Ice Barrier. You can wait one turn, delay it.
The thing is that if you play Frost Nova Doomsayer, you have an Emperor on the empty board.
Yeah, I know, but if he has a Consecrate, which he has, he can still kill the Emperor. So it's like, it's risky. It's better to get more value from the Frost Nova Doomsayer, basically. Because you don't have any Flame Strikes, you don't have any Blizzard, you have no removal here.
He's looking probably for something like Frostbolt to get the reduction cost on Antonidas at its best use.
What about the draw? Like,
yeah, he's desperate for draw here actually. Like, he needs Arcane Intellect or Acolyte. This is the problem when you cut the card draw for anti-kill bot. It's like really dead hands and like sometimes, and yeah, you rely on top decking all the time.
but on the other hand, if he plays Emperor right now, just to reduce the cost of cards, he gets 1 mana Frostbolt, 2 mana Frost Nova, and he gets an Antonidas.
Yeah, I mean, he could play a turn 8 Archmage Frost Nova combo if he plays Emperor here or next turn. But I don't think that it's turn.
What to do?
Yeah, but what else are you going to do?
I mean, you kind of want to get lower because you have a heal bot, so you don't mind that. But I would like to see.
Nova Doomsayer?
Yeah, because you really want like something else, maybe an Ice Lance or something that you can like, so you can play a lot of cards with the Archmage to get reduced. And right now he doesn't have those cards. He only has a Frostbolt for the Archmage. So I think that this is the best play for sure.
All right. Do you agree?
Yeah, that's definitely the best way to play it. But the bad thing is that you'll not get the cost reduction on too many cards from Emperor played next turn. What do you think of playing Antonidas on the empty board, Forsen?
Absolutely okay. Like, it's risky, but when you have a dead hand like this, I just think you might do it. Like, it should be okay to take that risk.
Well, if there's an empty board.
Because it doesn't die to True Silver Consecrate.
Yeah, that's the equality. But then the True Silver is used now, so.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Acolyte of Pain in Paladin?
I don't think it's good now.
I like it with Argus. It's like really good. You play Coin Acolyte, and then they play something to counter your Acolyte, and then you play Aldor, and then you play Argus on Acolyte and get a lot of value.
Yeah, it's really good if you get him on turn 3, but if you get him later on, it's like dead cards, you Paladin. You
Yeah, like
really
now.
Depends on the matchup, though. Like here is a dead card, but if you go Paladin versus Paladin, or like Paladin versus Zoo, he can be useful later as well.
I don't think versus Zoo he's that good. Versus Paladin, he's definitely a key card. Versus Warrior is really good.
Versus Zoo, it's too slow. It doesn't trade with anything, basically. So he's gonna go ahead and play the Quartermaster here and hope that his opponent does not have a Flame Strike, because a Flame Strike would ruin him.
He has
So
Antonidas Frost Nova. That's even worse.
Yeah, that's even worse, yeah. And I'm gonna be really surprised if we see anything else but Archmage and Frost Nova here.
Well, it's still good to think about options, but it definitely looks really nice. And
Yeah.
there's still this ice block set, so StanCifka has everything he needs for now.
Yeah, so basically when he plays the Frost Nova, he'll get a Fireball that will get reduced cost. So he can actually play double Fireball and Thalnos next turn.
Wow. That's a lot of
Yeah,
damage.
so we're looking at him taking 5 damage right now. Next turn he's taking
Well, there's
14, 24, so he's gonna be,
10 from attacks as well.
yeah, that's what I counted. So he's taking 5 now and then 10 from attack.
The
and then
frostbolt will be
4
free.
Oh, yeah, it will be.
Yeah,
So he's
frostbolt
actually
is
lethal
zero.
next turn. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's actually amazing with Antonidas, so much burst.
Yeah, Stan set up for this perfectly.
Yeah, so he needs to heal here.
You see, it's
If he
all
wants to
coming down
survive.
to mad scientists being coined in one.
I don't think so. I think it's more the Doomsayer into another Frost Nova Archmage.
It's interesting how he actually didn't draw any cards from... Did he draw any extra cards? Or did
No,
he just...
No.
he didn't have anything.
Only
He-
secrets.
He drew from the Mad Scientist.
Alright,
the
so there
card.
was one extra card.
Yeah.
Other than that, he was able to use the cards he actually got, which is around, what, like... 8? No more. 12 cards? So...
Yeah, something like that.
It's nice for him that he managed to win the game, even with having the anti-kill bot, because that card is useless here, but
Yeah.
will be more useful in other matchups, like in other games of the group, because he has his deck locked now if he wins.
Yeah.
Alright, can Stanislav spot lethal?
Yeah, he should be able to.
He's just counting, just in case.
As I said, he's a player that really takes his time, and that's an efficient way to play Hearthstone. You don't want to make any rushed misplays.
Oh yeah, he's showing his proficiency with the tournament scene, and also like when we see new names, like for new people or like people who are following the scene, maybe StanCifka is not known, but then again, this guy has a lot of experience from Magic, and he's not stressed out. Like, look at the face, he's basically like, yeah, that's my comfort zone, like I've been here. So Stanislav's going to take game number 1 versus